The night was a shroud of impenetrable darkness, swallowing the abandoned theme park in its depths. As I patrolled the silent grounds as the lone security guard, the skeletal remains of roller coasters and dilapidated attractions seemed to loom over me, their distorted shapes casting eerie shadows that danced in the pale moonlight. My name is David, and little did I know that the laughter that once echoed through this place would soon take on a sinister form. My radio crackled with the voice of my colleague Sarah, back at the security station. She spoke of strange occurrences, whispers in the shadows, glimpses of movement out of the corner of her eye. I dismissed her claims, attributing them to the unsettling atmosphere that permeated the abandoned park. After all, it was easy to let one's imagination run wild in the dead of night. As I approached the decaying funhouse, a chill ran down my spine. The once colourful facade now appeared as a macabre canvas, its clown faces twisted into grotesque grins. The wind carried the distant sound of laughter, but there was an unnerving quality to it, a haunting echo that seemed to defy the desolation around me. Ignoring the growing unease, I reluctantly entered the dilapidated structure. The air inside was thick with the scent of decay, and the dim glow of my flashlight revealed mirrors that distorted my reflection into nightmarish proportions. The laughter, now a haunting melody, resonated through the narrow halls as I navigated the disorienting maze. The unnerving atmosphere heightened my senses, and every creak and groan of the decaying structure seemed to reverberate through my bones. The corridors seemed to twist and elongate, leading me deeper into the heart of the funhouse. I caught glimpses of movement in the corners of my eyes, fleeting shadows that danced just out of reach. My heart raced, and I quickened my pace, desperate to escape the oppressive grip of the haunted structure. As I turned a corner, a figure emerged from the darkness, a monstrous clown, its face painted in ghastly hues. Its eyes bore into mine with an intensity that sent shivers down my spine. The creature's grin, impossibly wide, revealed razor-sharp teeth that glinted in the dim light. The laughter, now a malevolent symphony, echoed through the narrow confines of the funhouse. Fear seized me as I stumbled backward, my flashlight casting long, distorted shadows on the decaying walls. The grotesque clown monster advanced, its movements a macabre dance that mirrored the unsettling laughter that surrounded us. I fumbled for my radio, my voice a strained whisper as I called for assistance. Sarah's voice crackled through the static, but her words were indecipherable, a distorted chorus that merged with the haunting laughter. I turned to escape, but the corridor seemed to shift and contort, creating an endless labyrinth that trapped me with the relentless clown monster. The distorted laughter became a cacophony, filling the air with a maddening symphony that drowned out all reason. The walls seemed to close in, their peeling paint and grotesque murals mocking my futile attempts to flee. Exhausted and disoriented, I stumbled into a room bathed in an unnatural crimson glow. The walls, adorned with nightmarish depictions of clowns engaged in unspeakable acts, seemed to pulsate with malevolence. In the center of the room, a deranged carousel spun slowly, its grotesque horses replaced by monstrous creatures that seemed to writhe in agony. A cold hand gripped my shoulder, and I turned to face the clown monster, the embodiment of the haunted laughter that now consumed me. Its eyes glowed with an otherworldly malevolence, and its grin widened impossibly. I felt a surge of terror as I realized that escape was futile, that the laughter had become an inescapable force. And then, darkness. The moon cast its pale glow over the skeletal remains of roller coasters and the dilapidated funhouse. The wind whispered through the rusting metal of the attractions, creating an unsettling melody that underscored the eerie silence. The laughter, now a chilling echo, lingered in the night air, and the abandoned theme park embraced its malevolent secrets, forever shrouded in darkness.
The rhythmic clatter of wheels on the tracks echoed through the amusement park as I climbed aboard the roller coaster. The sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows over the towering structure. My name is Emily, and little did I know that this thrilling ride would transform into a nightmare beyond the realm of reason. As the coaster ascended, I marveled at the panoramic view of the park, the distant lights flickering like stars against the canvas of the night. The cool breeze tousled my hair as the anticipation built, a perfect evening for an adrenaline-fueled adventure. Little did I know, the exhilaration would soon morph into an unending descent into madness. The coaster reached its zenith, and the world fell away beneath me as I plummeted into the first heart-stopping drop. The wind roared in my ears, drowning out the distant sounds of laughter and music. The twists and turns blurred the boundaries of reality as the coaster hurtled through the darkness, each ascent and descent more disorienting than the last. Time lost its meaning as the coaster raced along the labyrinthine tracks, the neon lights of the park merging into a kaleidoscopic blur. The relentless speed created a sense of weightlessness, and the exhilaration gave way to an uneasy feeling, a gnawing realization that the ride showed no signs of slowing down. I glanced around, hoping to catch a glimpse of the park attendants, signalling an end to the ride. To my dismay, the station that marked the beginning and end of the coaster remained elusive. The coaster continued its relentless journey, looping and spiraling through the twisting tracks, leaving me trapped in a perpetual cycle of ascent and descent. The initial thrill transformed into a disconcerting monotony as the coaster repeated its course again and again. The laughter that once accompanied each twist and turn now felt like a mocking chorus, a disembodied echo that resonated through the empty seats surrounding me. Panic gripped my chest as the realization sank in. I was alone on a coaster that showed no intention of stopping. I screamed for help, my cries drowned out by the relentless clatter of the wheels on the tracks. The neon lights that once illuminated the park now became an ominous backdrop, casting long, distorted shadows that seemed to dance in the periphery of my vision. The world beyond the coaster became an indistinct blur, a nightmarish panorama that stretched into an endless void. The descent into the unknown became an agonizing journey, my mind a whirlwind of fear and confusion. The coaster's speed intensified, pushing the boundaries of physics as it defied the limitations of a normal ride. Each twist and turn blurred the lines between reality and nightmare, and the laughter that echoed through the empty seats took on a sinister quality. My desperate attempts to exit the coaster proved futile. The safety harness, once a comforting restraint, now felt like a suffocating embrace. The park, once a haven of joy, transformed into a desolate landscape that existed solely for the relentless descent of the coaster. I clung to the hope that this was a twisted dream, a nightmare that would release its grip with the dawn. As the coaster continued its ceaseless journey, a sense of dread settled over me. The neon lights flickered like dying stars, casting an eerie glow on the tracks that stretched into infinity. The laughter, now distorted and malevolent, reverberated through the empty seats, taunting me with the realization that escape was impossible. And then, as the coaster plunged into another heart-stopping drop, a presence materialized beside me. A shadowy figure that seemed to defy the laws of physics. Its form, distorted and indistinct, merged with the darkness as it leaned in, its featureless face inches from mine. A cold breath, a whisper that carried an otherworldly chill, brushed against my ear. "This is your descent," it murmured, its voice a dissonant harmony that resonated with the echoes of the eternal ride. The coaster hurtled through the abyss, the shadowy figure a haunting companion in the unending night. Panic seized me as I realized that the nightmare had become an inescapable reality. The laughter, now a cacophony that echoed through the darkness, reached a crescendo as the coaster plunged into the unknown. And then, darkness. The rhythmic clatter of wheels on the tracks echoed through the empty amusement park. The neon lights flickered like dying stars, casting long shadows over the towering roller coaster. The laughter, now a lingering echo in the desolate silence, marked the end of the endless descent. The park, once vibrant with life, became a spectral landscape, forever haunted by the twisted amusement that ensnared the lost souls in its eternal ride.
Asterisk, asterisk. The Jester's Encore, asterisk, asterisk. As the last echoes of applause faded, I, Jasper the Jester, found solace in the confines of my cramped dressing room. The carnival music, now a distant melody, was replaced by the eerie silence of the empty fairground. Little did I know that my final act of the night was far from over. Shrugging off the weight of my elaborate costume, I gazed at the cracked mirror, my painted face reflecting both exhaustion and a hint of relief. The moon hung low, casting a pale glow over the deserted stalls and attractions outside. I had to leave. The night had taken its toll, and the fairground now wore a desolate facade. As I stepped outside, the chilling night air sent shivers down my spine. The laughter and cheers of the audience were replaced by a haunting stillness. A voice, soft and childlike, whispered in the wind, "Jester, don't go. The fun is just starting." I glanced around, searching for the source of the mysterious voice, but the fairground stood empty, bathed in an unnatural silence. With each step toward the exit, the voice persisted. "Stay and play, Jester. Stay and play forever." The words seemed to dance in the breeze, carrying an unsettling plea that echoed through the empty expanse. I quickened my pace, eager to escape the unsettling atmosphere that clung to the fairground like a ghostly mist. Yet the voice followed me, an insistent whisper that seemed to emanate from the shadows. "Stay, Jester. Play with us." I turned, half expecting to see a child's face among the empty stalls, but the fairground remained an enigma, its secrets hidden in the dark. Determined to dismiss the eerie sensation, I approached the exit gate, a beacon of escape from the disconcerting whispers that haunted my steps. Just as my hand reached for the latch, a cold breeze extinguished the flickering lights, plunging the fairground into darkness. The childlike voice, now a chorus of haunting whispers, surrounded me. "Stay, Jester, play with us," the voices pleaded, their collective plea resonating with an unnatural harmony. Panic gripped me as I fumbled for the latch, desperate to break free from the sinister grasp of the fairground. The darkness seemed to congeal around me, a suffocating embrace that blurred the boundaries of reality. The childlike whispers intensified, now a cacophony of laughter and pleas that seemed to echo from the very shadows themselves. Panic seized me as I stumbled in the inky blackness, disoriented and trapped within a nightmarish carnival of sound. In the shadows, a figure materialized, a childlike silhouette that danced on the edge of perception. The moon cast an ethereal glow on its face, revealing hollow eyes and an unsettling grin. "You can't leave, Jester. We won't let you," the figure whispered, its voice a distorted amalgamation of the voices that echoed through the night. Desperation fueled my movements as I sprinted toward the exit, the childlike figure now a haunting presence that mirrored my every step. The fairground, once a place of revelry, became a labyrinth of darkness, its twisted attractions and distorted stalls closing in around me. With each step, the laughter and whispers intensified, their mocking cadence a relentless soundtrack to my frantic escape. I reached the exit gate, my trembling hands fumbling to open it, but it remained sealed, an impenetrable barrier that mocked my futile attempts. The childlike figure drew closer, its unsettling grin widening impossibly. "You wanted to leave, Jester, but the fun is just beginning," it whispered, its voice a chilling symphony that resonated with the echoes of the fairground. And then, the haunting laughter enveloped me, a nightmarish encore that played on an eternal loop within the haunted fairground. The moon cast its glow on the deserted stalls, and the childlike figure lingered among the shadows, its hollow eyes fixated on the sealed exit gate. The laughter, now a distant echo, marked the end of the jester's lament, a chilling refrain that echoed through the haunted fairground, forever etching the night into a tale of eerie enchantment.